My name is Ben, but before I tell you my name, I'm supposed to tell you, this is the largest cryptocurrency channel on all the interwebs.
Oh, we didn't do TikTok.
Oh, we didn't do TikTok. Can you set that up right now, real quick?
Yeah.
Guys, we got to make sure we're streaming to TikTok because we love the younger generation on this channel. This is the generation that truly will revolutionize the world in financial payments. And in addition to that, they're actually going to be the ones that get the benefits of all of our hard work, setting all this up for them. So I hope them kids are grateful. I had to say that before they come on the stream. Guys, if you like money in crypto, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you love our live streams, make sure that you smash that. Oh, there's TJ. Look at his face. You look at his face. People love TJ. They think he's so good looking. And yes, ladies, he is single. Just saying. I'm just saying, ladies. He is. I see the messages coming. I see the messages coming to me on Facebook. I know what you ladies like. And we're going to be talking about the ladies a little bit later on. Got a special conference for the ladies next weekend I'll be speaking at. Not just me. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But guys, Bitcoin crushing it, hitting new all-time highs, almost $58,000. Will we see 60K this weekend? We're going to be looking at that. We are also going to be looking at Ethereum finally over $2,000. It has retraced a little bit. It just can't catch a break. But we got something big that's coming for Ethereum that can change the game. We're going to be showing you guys that. We still believe in all of our targets for Ethereum. No doubt about it. It has been subject to some bad luck. Recently, we're going to be taking a look at, is Bitcoin topping out at 60K or 58K or 57K? Or is there still more room to go? We're going to be looking at the value proposition for Bitcoin ADA, guys. If you guys remember, I recently put all of our profits from Bybit over the last few weeks from trading on the stream, or from trading that you guys saw the profits on the stream, into ADA, looking like a good decision. Looking pretty good on that, as ADA has not hit an all-time high yet, but it is over $1 now. I don't know what the current price is, but overnight it did go up to like $1.07, $1.09, somewhere around there. And then we're going to show you at the end of the stream some ways that you can be locking in some profits, because that's going to be really, really important for you guys on this bull run. I'm getting a lot of questions from people on how are you going to keep your money, right? People say, somebody sent me a message and they said, yeah, I know crypto's going up right now, but it crashed before. What's it going to do? Have you been watching the channel for more than 3 days? No offense to the people that have been watching the channel for 3 days. That reminds me like a squeak from a rat. You guys know what I mean? A squeak from a rat. That's a guy who's been watching the channel for 3 days. That's a long story, but we'll leave that alone. But guys, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I'm a very big proponent of this bull run will end. And that's what I try to drill in your head, that this will not go forever. Crypto Daily, who I love Crypto Daily. If you guys don't know, that's actually the guy who I used to watch and I wanted to have my channel kind of be like. He's phenomenal. Cam, he's a good friend. And the thing is about that, about a video he made today was about a Bitcoin super cycle. And a lot of people are saying that there is a Bitcoin super cycle happening right now. We don't know if that's true. And in my opinion, until I see it, this is always my opinion on cryptocurrency and on Bitcoin. And specifically when it comes to the Bitcoin cycles. People say they're broken, they will change, it won't last forever. Here's what I say. Missouri. Show me Missouri. It's a show me state. Show me Bitcoin. Do something different than you've always done before, and then I will believe it. So until Bitcoin breaks a cycle and doesn't play out exactly like every other Bitcoin cycle where there's a bull run, a bear market, 2 years of the doldrums, it's about a year and a half of each is really what it breaks down to. But until it does something different, I just ain't going to believe it. So we're going to be making preparations on this channel to take profits. And if you look back at a lot of the biggest YouTubers from 2017, when that bull run was really popping, a lot of those guys who, we definitely passed on the way to the top. We like a lot of those guys. But one thing that I really feel like hurt a lot of those bigger YouTubers was the fact that after the market was obviously crashing and following along a regular Bitcoin cycle, they continued to be bullish. And they continued to say, prices are going to go up forever. And, here's a new coin. Check this one out. And the prices, they just tanked and they went down and they lost a lot of credibility. On this channel, we are going to do our best to pinpoint when that top of the market is. But in the meantime, you guys should be taking some profits here and there. I know people have been doing it because I don't think we're close to the top yet, but you can go from $1,000 to $20,000 in a couple days sometimes. You can also go from $20,000 to $1,000 in a couple days as well. So you definitely got to be careful and make sure to lock in some profits. So guys, Sean Galloway, wow, $99 super chat to ask me about Ravencoin. We will check out Ravencoin in our Market Watch segment we're going to get to in just a moment. Ravencoin, very interesting. I know Patrick Byrne definitely behind that from Overstock.com or formerly of Overstock.com. He actually solved a murder of an NBA player, Bison Dele. I don't know if you guys know that. Very interesting story. Patrick Byrne is a very interesting character. He thinks he was, I don't want to say. I want to be careful what words we say on the stream so we don't get demonetized. But he had some dealings with, he thinks he was in bed with a spy at some point, or I think he actually was. There's some interesting stuff. But he's behind Ravencoin, a big investor in it, and we'll see what happens. But we'll talk about it more on Market Watch, guys. First of all, 545,000 subscribers. The BitSquad, 545K subs. Somebody asked about the Cardano pillow. By the way, our editor Jasmine makes those pillows. We are looking at getting her to make some more, maybe at some point here in the near future. So a lot of people have been asking about those. We are thinking about doing our own Etsy store, which I need to talk to her about. We've said that on the stream now for 2 weeks in a row, and I haven't even talked to her about it. Got to remember to do that. But guys, thank you so much for the love. And at the end, I got a big announcement for you guys about something that happened that the BitSquad did. You guys did this. And it really shows the power of a community because, you know what? It's so chic and trendy to get on here and talk about look at my community on YouTube. It's so cool. It's so fun. It's so wonderful. But really, it's just a lot of milking, a lot of teats. This here is a community for sure. We got each other's back. We want each other to succeed. You guys make stuff happen on this channel. We've seen it. I would like to say ever since the beginning, but there were only 70 y'all back then. But this year we have seen the support, and we're going to show you guys something very powerful that we did together. Can't wait to show it to you guys. So let's get into Market Watch here. Here we go. Let's talk about what's happening with the markets. I did want to talk about this. We'll talk about that, though, towards the end is what we'll do. You guys can see it there. Okay, right now, the market cap, guys. What the heck? The market cap's $1.7 trillion.
Jeez.
What is life? What is this? $1.7 trillion in crypto. And that's not even close. Also, guys, some people asking me about Bondly. Guys, we had a little snafu with the Bondly video. Kind of a long story. Going to be Monday or Tuesday before we can get the Bondly video out. Still coming out. We love Bondly. We wanted to coordinate it today, but unfortunately, we just had some stuff that did not work out, so didn't want to mention that. But $1.7 trillion. But you know what's interesting is even with Bitcoin hitting all-time highs and Ethereum hitting all-time highs, the 24-hour volume is $177 billion, and we've seen it higher than that, which is very interesting. Yeah, you got to move down a little bit. Very interesting because we've seen it well over over $200 billion, and it's down a little bit. Bitcoin dominance, and I'm telling you guys, it's just so interesting to watch the dynamics of the Bitcoin dominance. 60.9%. It's bouncing in between 60 and 61%. And I can't remember what the Bitcoin dominance chart is on TradingView. If I need to save that as a favorite because I'd be very interested to see what Market Cipher is saying about Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin coming in at 56,567. Wow, that's looking nice. We got a trade going on here, by the way. I got an entry point this morning. Tell you why I did that when we get to Train Talk, but I'm going to be monitoring that on the stream because CoinMarketCap is showing a much higher price for or it was a second ago. Now it's not. Okay, Ethereum coming in $19.99. You also get one free Ethereum when you order the ShamWow. Did I just spill this on me?
You need a ShamWow.
Wow, I need a ShamWow. This is too much, guys. This is too much. Binance Coin, a big dip. TJ, I asked you yesterday if we should buy Binance Coin, and what did you say?
I honestly don't even remember what I said. What did
you
I
said
say?
It's funny. It's funny. This is something we hear from TJ a lot. We hear this raise. Yeah, we should buy it, but just not now. Seems like we hear that a lot here on the channel. Thoughts on that?
Well, it looks like I was right again.
God. Dang. I shouldn't have done that. I walked right into that one. I've got a real big problem with words just flying out of my mouth.
Yeah, you do.
I should be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Polkadot with a huge gain, which we got a nice little stack of Polkadot, but we don't have nearly as much as we want. Mm-hmm. We finally have as much Cardano as we wanted. We finally do. We finally hit our number for what we wanted, and pretty exciting to see what happened with it. We're going to be talking about Cardano a little bit later on the stream, where we're going to be talking about the Daedalus Wallet, and so hey, not allowed to comment on that. Okay, so coming in, let's see. Let's look at the biggest winners of the day. Ravencoin, 82%. Let's check out Ravencoin. Ravencoin is a way to own digital assets. Golly, look at that pump, man. Golly, look at that. It just shot right past all-time high. Man, my gosh, that is a huge pump. It just shows you how dead Ravencoin's been for so long, really. I mean, it's really finally hitting some stride. It's on Binance, so I mean, 'tis what it is. Let's check out the Ravencoin website here, ravencoin.org. Ravencoin is a peer-to-peer blockchain handling the efficient creation and transfer of assets from one party to another. So like I said, it's a way to hold digital assets. And the thing is that it's not just, okay, I say digital assets, but that's really kind of semantics here, because it's how to take real world assets and turn them into digital assets. So if you have, for instance, a parcel of land, okay? You got a parcel of land and you want to sell it. Well, you can take the deed to that land and you can tokenize it, and you can turn that property into a digital asset. It has a real world backing to a digital asset. It's basically pegged to the land. And that's what, they're trying to do that with stocks and security tokens and all kinds of things. That's what Ravencoin is doing. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. Here's a little look at that, guys. Do I know my cryptos? Do I know my cryptos? Okay, I use land deeds as an example. Right there it is. Gold bars, silver coins, physical euros, DC comics, energy credits. It's representing a share of a project. So
those energy credits are really going to be interesting as time goes on. I think we should maybe do some content around that in the future.
Well, you like high energy. That's why you came here.
I do like high energy.
Yeah, he likes high energy. I love it. High energy, let's go. Yeah, guys, so that's what Ravencoin is. I don't know anything news-wise that's happened with Ravencoin, but that's a pump. That is a pump to remember. Let's check out, see if there's any news going on with it. Riding bull wave on possible future developments. I mean, guys, it's just really interesting because it's like, you guys know, and we talk about this a lot, like there's really a big difference between the speculation side and the use case side and how the fundamentals of a project affect the price. That's why with Ethereum, like, I don't think the gas prices affect the cost of Ethereum that much. I think it's more the institutional money, keeping the price down to buy more, is turning into an institutional coin. So the gas fees, they don't care. They just know that it's second to Bitcoin and they like it, and it's here's the important thing. Not only do they like it and is it good, but it's not a security. It's been deemed not a security. That makes it much more appealing to institutional investors, things like that. Just another quick look at the rest of the coins that have been pumping. God, look at Uniswap. Uniswap up 51%. Where's 1 inch? 1 inch, will you freaking move, please? Okay, here we go. 1 inch up 16%. Okay, it's good. It's moving up now. We'll look at our challenge. We meant to put a link to the challenge widget down in the description yesterday, but it didn't get done. So I made a new tab on the website. We'll look at that here in a few minutes. So let's move on to Bitcoin to 60K. We'll look at the charts here. Right now it's coming in at 56,410. Oh, man, we wanted to keep the trade open so you guys can see the fun moves on the stream. But I see a red X right here on the 30-minute chart. It's almost time to close it, though. Almost, the 30-minute candle's about to reprint. So, guys, Bitcoin absolutely crushed it, as you guys know, overnight. We got all the way up here to, let's see what the height was, $57,699. So basically, 57.7 is where Bitcoin ended up at last night. I mean, guys, what the heck is going on with Bitcoin? This is absolutely phenomenal. When we look at this price action, we did not expect this. And here's what I'll tell you. When we have to look and we have to compare what we expected versus what we got, we expected Bitcoin to stall out around 54,000 and move sideways. Well, now it's cleared it by a good bit. What we generally see at these times is we generally see these corrections. And yes, I am in a long trade right now, and so it might be a little, strange to hear me say that I'm expecting a pretty big correction. I mean, we've got potential here for the price to drop when you look at some of these levels and market cipher lays out for you. 55,000, you got another level down here, 53,520, and then lower, 52,400. I mean, we expected it to correct at 54,000, and it didn't. So let me make a comparison. Which, by the way, guys, I got a brand new trick. Watch this, brand new trick. Boom, boom. I've been trying to do it. I've been trying to clear the drawings, and someone, thank you for that, Whitney. Somebody finally showed me how to do it. It's very simple. You just double click and then hit remove drawings. And now I don't have to have my stick figure drawings of crypto face sitting up there forever. But here, let me make a comparison to something we saw at $30,000 and then something we also saw at $40,000, okay? When Bitcoin was going to 30, we all thought, and by we all, I mean the general, you'd be shocked. Most of us YouTubers that do this full time, okay? I'm talking Crypto Zombie, Lark, Carl, Crypto, all these guys. And there's so many. I'm just naming a few, okay? Generally, we all kind of think the same thing about Bitcoin. If you listen to what we all say about it, we may disagree over the next week or the next 2 weeks or tomorrow. But in general, we all have pretty similar predictions. Why? Because we're all studying nonstop. We all see these charts every single day over and over and over again. Because while you think you might be my most dedicated fan in the BitSquad, and you might very well be, you may watch every single stream, but I've never missed one of my streams. And that's the truth. Not a single one. Point is, I'm looking at this all the time, and so are these guys. And we come up with these numbers. Elijah Reyes super chat, $20 to say this, $19.99. He gets a free ShamWow. I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more BitBoy. Which, by the way, if you want more BitBoy, guys, we are going to Las Vegas next weekend, and we are going to be doing a meetup. We've heard from you guys. We're also doing something else while we're out there. We're going to talk about at the end. But, guys, we are going to do a meetup. What I want to see in the chat, and TJ, if you can just kind of like monitor this, if you're going to be in Las Vegas next weekend and you'll want to come to a meetup, just type in Vegas, baby. And please do not do this if you're not actually possibly going to come. If you live in the area or you might go, you can type it. But we're trying to get an idea of how many people we could expect for a meetup so we know where we're going to do it at. We can get a ballroom at the Venetian, which is where I'll be staying. Big shout out to my boy Dimitri over there. But, the fact is, we just don't know how many people to expect. And we are going to be doing meetups in Atlanta. We saw how many people are from Atlanta. We love ATL. Peace up. You know the rest. And the thing is, we really want to get a good idea. So if you could type in Vegas, baby, and we'll look at that. Why did I not mention
Matic?
Matic moved big?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just didn't get to it. I just covered the top two. Phantom also had a big move. We like Matic. We have no problems with Polygon Matic. We like it. Pretty good. It just, I'm not heavily invested in Matic like some of these other ones. So, golly,
also,
look at all these people.
Also, I don't know. Do you want to pull up the Noople? We're actually touching very, very, very close to Euphoric. There was a question in the chat about that.
Oh, wow. Let's check it out. Let's blow up Glassnode. Glassnode to the Nooples. Let's go to the Nooples. Oh, gosh. Are we in? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're going to look at this in a second, but let me finish this point I was making. So many people.
Lots of Vegas.
Yeah, people see what's coming. Guys, so here is the deal with what I want to say at 30K. Most of us larger crypto YouTubers, we are in an agreement that when we hit 30K, we were going to get a pullback. And then you know what happened? We didn't get one. It just kept going. And then what happened later? It would go over. We certainly thought at 40 we'd get a pullback. We didn't get a pullback till 42. And then what happened is it bounced down, and then it ranged in between basically. It went under 30 a little bit, like a couple times, very close, like 28.5 is I think what it load at. But what happened is it ranged in between 30 and 40 for seemingly forever, you know? And I can kind of see the same thing happening right now, where we almost get to 60, we're at about 58, and then we correct down. 54 was a number that a lot of people were thinking. We might plunge down below 54 again, and then 54 might become kind of a level of resistance that we kind of go to. And if you look at the new pool here, which if you don't know what this is the net unrealized profit losses from Glassnode. Glassnode was, nice enough to hook us up with an account so we can show you guys this. And so check out Glassnode. They got tons of insights, all kinds of stuff if you want to check it out. We love Glassnode, and they have smaller plans. We're on the professional plan right now, but they have smaller ones you can join. But the point here is when you look at this chart, anytime it's in the blue, you guys see the blue at the tops here, that's danger territory. Whenever you get there, you see a plummet. Well, right now, we are dangerously close. If I were to come here and I were to zoom in on, let's say, 2 weeks, I mean, we are right there, guys. We are at 74 point, does it have a number? Yeah, 74.69. So we are so close right now to getting in the blue. If we look at, let's look at all time again. Now, here's the interesting thing. Every time we've gotten in the blue, we've gotten pretty high. We've gotten at least to 81, and that would basically mean one of two things. Either like right now we're possibly going to get a pullback, or either we might go to 80K and then get a dramatic drop. You know what's interesting, TJ, is before the pandemic stuff really happened, what were you thinking? Like if we were to go back to 2019, what were you thinking about in terms of like an all-time high for Bitcoin in the next bull run? What was the general number you were thinking?
That's a good question. So like in 2019, where did I think this cycle would top out?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know. I was definitely maybe like 200,
Ooh.
Wow. Something like, definitely not in the threes and stuff like where we're at now, but somewhere between 1 and 200K.
That's pretty good. That's way more than I thought. I mean, I thought, and you got to remember the sentiment back there was just so bearish, I was thinking 80K. 80K was generally the number that I heard, that I believe that was the minimum. I thought we'd get 100 or 120, but 80K was definitely in that range. So if we went up, we could see something similar to what we saw back in 2013, where we would go up to 80K, plummet back down, maybe back to 40K, and then by the end of the year, head back up to 200, 300K. I think we definitely could see something like that. If you want to show the new pool here.
Yeah, sorry.
Kind of the range I'm talking about. Were you dreaming about me again?
No, I was actually watching you. I was thinking about it myself.
You were watching me?
Yeah.
I like that. Well, the cool thing is, TJ, is somebody said in the chat, what was the comment that was in the chat earlier today about you?
There's probably more than one.
It was the one about you kissing up to me.
Yeah, BB. That was right when we started the stream.
BB.
Obviously, he doesn't watch the show.
Well, BB or Phoebe?
It was 2 B's. B space B.
BB. You do not know TJ at all. You don't know TJ at all. There's no kissing up from him around here for sure. It's the opposite. We call him the dream killer. And by we, I mean that's what I call him when he's not around.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, if you go back to New Bull here, you look in 2013 and you look at the range here, you see where it was. It went all the way up to crazy, isn't it? $229, and then it dropped all the way back down to $66, and then it ended up shooting up for about another 12x. And I mean, guys, we could see that.
I really think we will see something more like that. Like if you look at the 2013 cycle compared to the 2017 cycle, where it just goes up, touched off it, and then drops back down, and that was the end. I think we will see something much more like what we did in 2013, where it goes up, gets euphoric, everybody's in profit. They take profits, it resets, but there's still enough bullish momentum to push it back up into those insane territories again. I think that's what we experience. Yeah.
And somebody made a super chat talking about we're not in normal times. And this is what I'll tell you about that, guys. Is be careful with that way of thinking. I understand that everybody, the super cycle and all this stuff. It's fun. It's trendy, right? And trust me, I love making thumbnails called Bitcoin Super Cycle because I get a lot of clicks. Like, yeah, I love that. I hope we're in it. But like I said, I don't ever want to be in this camp that just fills you up so high. And people say, I already do that. But all the numbers I talk about are realistic, I believe, 100%. When we start talking about $1 million Bitcoin this year or $1 million Bitcoin next year, like, it gets a little unrealistic compared to the previous cycles. As long as we don't, if we see something different, I'll change that way of thinking. But until we do, I'm just not going to change that way of thinking. I got to prepare you guys. And I told you, I've been telling you guys this since the bear market. With those 4 of you that were watching, that when the market starts to get euphoric, you lose track of where you're at. And then everybody starts thinking like, it's going to go up forever. That's the same thing people thought in 2017. That's how you know we could be near a top. And that's what's a little concerning and a little scary. But speaking of being at the top here, I did decide to do a long. So basically, I got in. I was using Market Cipher to just kind of look and make sure that there wasn't anything super bearish going on. On the 1 hour chart, we had a red dot the previous hour, but then it reprinted, and it just wasn't looking too bad to me, was just the truth of it. I looked at the 30-minute chart. It had been a while since we had a red dot. Same thing on the 45-minute. And I was just watching the momentum. And then what I really did was I looked at the hourly chart, and I just looked at where we were at, like right here, compared to all these previous runs, right? And what you would see is every time it broke up, it didn't have like a massive, massive pullback unless you go all the way back to Valentine's Day. And these candles that we had, I know it's kind of hard to tell right now. I mean, these are the biggest red candles we've had in a while on Bitcoin. I said, man, what a good time to kind of hop in. So I hopped in at 56,166. You guys can see that trade's looking pretty nice right here. Pretty nice. Guys, I might want to just knock some profits in here at some point. Should I?
Raise the stop loss at least.
Yeah, let me raise the stop loss. You can take that off there.
Also,
we don't do this live.
It looks like we've got a super chat from Tamer asking about FTM. Reminds me of JR. He loves him some
Forza.
FTM.
Forza's the one that loves. He loves, one of my researchers, he loves him some. I'm going to put it at 56,550, I think.
So, yeah, FTM does have great fundamentals. We'll agree with you on that one, Tamer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to lock that in. Okay.
Oh, Ryan Bailey's back. Be fearful when others are greedy, greedy when others are fearful. Thanks for keeping it real, BitBoy.
Forget the haters. Oh, man. The haters are why I do this. Y'all don't know. TJ, what's one of my favorite things?
Haters.
An enemy. Love enemies. Enemies.
Some tension.
You got to love your enemies. You got to have some tension. That's why TJ is here, guys.
I was just about to say that. That's my number one role.
That's right. Number one role is to be my enemy. Okay, so we talked about the trade, guys, and of course, if you want to sign up for Bybit and Market Cipher, this is how we crush it and make these big trades. You guys see the numbers. It's crazy. Can't even believe. Guys, I was not doing. You guys may think like I've been like trading and like making these numbers forever. It's not true. I've been doing this and crushing the market and making these numbers pretty much since we started trading on here live. I was getting crushed before that. But I really decided, like, the pressure of having to know that everybody's watching my trades and following along what we're doing and wanting you guys to make money, like, it made me a smarter trader. And so it just shows that over time, you really learn how to do this the right way if you just have a level head. So, sign up for Market Cipher and Bybit. Go get your deposit bonus. And, of course, you want to use other sites. We got a lot of stuff on here. We also, by the way, guys, we added TaxBit. We'll be doing a video on them tomorrow. They're a tax service. You can get 10% off there. And then we also added unlimited VPN for you guys that have IP issues. All you got to do is sign up for unlimited VPN. And, if you can use another country's IP address, you can have privacy and use different sites and things like that. Also, guys, we will be doing a conference with Kiana Daniel. I cannot say her last name right. I said it right every time before we got on. But anyways, guys, we're going to be doing a conference with her for the ladies. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But I did want to show you guys that is on the site as well now. Along with a special challenge tab here, which we'll talk about later. So, guys, yeah, we've locked in some profits. God, that thing is just crushing it right now. That was a good long. Who told me to get in that long?
I believe it was me.
I think TJ suggested it. He doesn't even know what he's doing. Okay, guys, let's talk about Ethereum here. Ethereum hit an all-time high last night. And, guys, Ethereum just cannot seem to catch a break. And here's the thing. The markets always catch up. You got to remember that. The markets always catch up. When you look at the targets for these things, there will be a time where they absolutely rip and catch up to the targets we're thinking they're going to go to. I believe that 100%. We've seen it with Cardano. Look, Cardano didn't look like it was going to get over $1 there for about a week, and then all of a sudden shot up last night. With Ethereum, it just can't catch a break right now. Every time it starts ripping, Bitcoin starts ripping. And then when Bitcoin drops, it drops. We do know that, guys, like, can we just look at some facts here? Like, I don't want to take credit. That's a lie. I love taking credit. I don't want to take too much credit with what happened. It might have just been the timing of everything, okay? But all I'm going to say is this, is it was Wednesday, which would have been this day right here, okay? It was Wednesday that we called out F2 Pool for dumping Ethereum. It was Wednesday. Just saying. We called him out. Crypto Daily then play what?
Nothing. He's wrong.
Yeah.
I just was about to answer him. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. But the thing is we called them out on Wednesday, and the price had not pumped. If you guys remembered, we were right at about $1,800 or so when I made that video. Okay, it would have been somewhere. I think it was somewhere about 1820, something like that. Okay, it was in the 1800s, but not barely. It was not near a new all-time high. We're talking about F2 Pool. We exposed them for selling off. Let me get rid of Market Cipher at the top here. We exposed them for selling off, and then look at what freaking happened right after that. Kind of weird. I'm just saying. When us, it's not just us, it's the BitSquad. When you guys hound these people and show these cockroaches that they've been exposed, what happens? They got to chill out. You know what they always do? They always come back and dump later. As soon as we take their eyes off. You can't let your eyes off these people. Every single time. We got a big mining expose video coming for you guys. Every single time we expose these people, the dumps stop. Every time the dumps happen, the first place you should be going is looking at those charts and seeing if it's them. Or saying it's them, because most of the time it is. That's what we've seen time and time again. But even in spite of how well Ethereum has done, and it finally broke 2K a week late, right? We're waiting for 2,500. You guys know that. But sets a new all-time high. It had a dip again, and now I think, let's see where it is now. It's at 2006, back above $2,000. It went all the way up last night to, on Bybit, to 2040. Well, just look here. 2049 was what it went up to. We're getting in the range where it's, getting to the $2,500 level pretty soon, I believe. I can't wait until it does. I'm going to have that albatross out from around my neck of that one prediction out of all the ones I made that didn't come true. So I also thought that maybe now we would all have in-home robots. I thought that when I was a kid, when I was an adult, and that didn't happen either. I got to admit, 2 predictions I didn't get right. I wanted a Rosie from the Jetsons. Did you watch the Jetsons, TJ?
Yeah, who didn't want a Rosie?
I'll take her.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Rosie was nice, man. I did
robot made.
Robot made. So, okay, guys. So, Ethereum did hit a new all-time high. It shows here that the all-time high was 2033, but on Bybit we know it's 2049. While Ether hitting $2,000 would normally, and this is it, guys, we just can't get a break. ETH gang, hashtag ETH gang. While Ether hitting $2,000 would normally be a stop the presses type event, it almost certainly will be overshadowed by the numerous milestones reached hours before by larger sibling Bitcoin. You know what? Well, can't really say that. I was going to say the one time my little brother, shout out to Chad, we fought our whole lives. I was older than him, and I whooped him pretty much every time. Hey, one time, he finally drew blood from my nose. I think I was 20. He was like 17. That was the last time we ever fought in real life. And you know what happens? When you finally get that one through, floodgates open. People realize, hey, we ain't playing around. It's time for Ethereum to jump up and work on its own. Like, can this thing not be controlled by Bitcoin and the price? Like, can it not be subject to whatever whim Bitcoin is doing? That's what we want to see. We want to see Ethereum grow up a little bit. We want to see where, because the price of silver doesn't always follow the price of gold. Am I correct on that, TJ? Do you know?
What'd you say?
Does the price of silver always follow gold?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think they have anything to do with each other. I personally, I don't know that much about the gold or silver market because I ain't in it. But I do know there's manipulation. I know a little bit. I don't know how the prices follow each other, but I don't think they do. And I think a lot of people in the chat will probably confirm that.
Ironically, you could actually draw comparisons to what's happening right now with Ethereum and Bitcoin to what's happening with gold and silver, in the sense that the gold price keeps slowly going up and up and up and up and up due to the set supply and the money printing, and JP Morgan and a lot of the big money players are artificially suppressing the price of silver to hold it down so they can acquire more and yada, yada, yada. Kind of like what's happening right now with Ethereum.
That's exactly what's happening with Ethereum. So,
also, I don't know if you saw that super chat.
I did, about basic attention token?
Well, yeah, they were asking for a BAT update. We've got one of those coming soon.
We got it coming. Already on it, folks. Already on. We know what y'all want before you know that you want it. So guys, it's time for Ethereum to move up, grow up in this market, and hopefully be able to make some moves. And you got to wonder how much maybe some of those old Bitcoin maxi whales friggin' want to manipulate Ethereum to the downside too. And speaking of that, Ethereum does have a new hard fork coming, the Berlin hard fork. And what this is going to be, and here's what's really interesting about it, is it's coming on April 14th. This is earlier than the original June or July date it's actually after, I'm sorry. It's almost a full year after it was supposed to come out. Now, is there a coincidence that finally they're rushing this thing out because of all the gas efficiencies right now, or deficiencies? I believe yes. So Ethereum developers have scheduled the Berlin hard fork for April 14th. It will include various optimizations for contracts, including gas efficiencies, updates to how code is read by the EVM, and other changes to protect against hacks or DDoS attacks. Berlin hard fork was originally scheduled for June or July 20th, or 2020, but was pushed back mainly due to centralization concerns around the Geeth client on which most Ethereum nodes run. Moreover, developers working on the current base layer blockchain, often called ETH1X or 1.x, I've never heard anyone call it that. I just know it is Ethereum. Have expressed strain for maintaining the client. So this is something that's coming, that if this in April is able to help some of the gas problems, that's going to be absolutely huge. Ethereum needs that.
Well, and it'll be interesting too to look at, we were predicting a really big February. We've had a really big February at this point. I know you and I have both been looking at those tables and charts of like how Bitcoin and Ethereum performs month over month. It'll be really interesting to see if we continue to have a really strong February, see some of those pullbacks in March, and then again in April as these big rollouts start happening, we see prices start popping off again and Ethereum really go crazy in April.
Yeah, it's in my opinion, if we're going to hit, I agree with that to some extent. What I'll say is if we are going to see Ethereum at the types of prices that we've said they're going to be at, that we've predicted, anywhere between, let's just say it, anywhere between $20,000 and $30,000, anywhere in that range, I'm going to feel like a win.
Yeah.
If it's going to get there, go ahead.
By when? By the end of the cycle?
By Halloween.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. By Halloween, that'll be the end of the altcoin cycle most likely, if it's not baked in a little bit earlier. But the thing is, if we're going to see those numbers, we have to see Ethereum get in between $3,000 and $5,000 before a major pullback. That's my opinion. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. And I think we could see it make a big leg up in the next couple of weeks of February. Yeah. And then, again, people probably start to FOMO in. Then it pulls back a little bit in March. And then huge moves up in April. And then we're off to the races.
Yeah. I think we've got it. And who knows, maybe Ethereum running could actually be what, could end up being like the peak of this phase 3 of the bull run. Maybe Ethereum could just go parabolic, go up to like $35, $37, $100, maybe $4,000, and then correct back down to like $2,500, and then it's got the the gumption that it needs on the massive parabolic run in the end to get where we want to go. So, but I can tell you this, guys, if we start getting massive pullbacks in the market, and Ethereum is not at least $3,000, $2,500 we might could get away with, then we're gonna have major problems. Like if it goes to like $2,100, then interesting super chat there. If it doesn't get it, if it's at like $2,100 and it pulls back to $1,500, then I mean we got to start adjusting targets, which we're not afraid to do. Somebody said, go back over that super chat above, not that one, the other one. Carl said his ThorChain replacing the Bondly video tonight. Was really interested in the NFT project. Yes, actually, ThorChain is replacing that tonight. So we will have a ThorChain video tonight. And then we also have a video on New Cypher today. And then tomorrow we have TaxBit. And I can't remember.
Soul.
Ooh, not supposed to say that one, I don't think.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. But they're not going to know what it is, though. Yeah. They're not going to know which one. Oh,
yeah.
God, I've really messed up now. God, here we go. Here. Words. Okay. So anyways, guys, let's move on. Let's talk about questions about Binance. And this really stems to, thank you for that, Chris, by the way. Thank you for this excellent content, guys. We appreciate that. And then what did Ryan say? Do you believe the stock theory of hodling quality altcoins through bear and continuing DCA investment is profitable long-term, 5+ year holds? The only long-term holds are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I now consider Cardano a long-term hold. Chainlink is right there. Most likely it's a long-term hold as well. Outside of that, I don't consider anything a long-term hold. Not even DOT at this point. It's got to do more. It's got to be around longer than just... So, I mean, guys, let's think about it. Cardano. They've been around. They haven't been really operable, but they've done everything they said they were going to do, and they're doing a lot of great stuff. I think Cardano is a surefire win. It basically DOT versus Ethereum, I think, is going to be a big debate. If Ethereum can't solve its gas issues, then Polkadot's got a great chance to totally knock it off down the road if V2.0 doesn't work. Most likely they'll, be taking each other's market shares and things like that.
But yeah, and thanks, Patrick. Everybody in the chat, smash the likes. We've got a lot of people here, only 2,000 likes. I know we can get, 5,000 or 6,000 at least.
I need like a Batman thing that's like, I just go like this and it goes like, smash the likes,
yeah,
smash the likes.
We're working on that. We actually have a guy here that's going to help us with a lot of these stream stuff. I need a button that says smash the likes, a sound effect, some other fun stuff we can do. So we're working on all that.
You guys like this dance?
Yeah, there you go.
This is one of my good dances.
That's the, I don't even know what to call that.
It's the father swing. Okay. All right, somebody said, what was the last super chat before that? Before we move on to this, about Binance. Okay, so do you think Binance Smart Chain projects are just hype and they're going to correct super hard, or are they here to stay due to low gas fees? I tell you what, it's a combination of both. I mean, I think they are going to correct, but we're actually going to be talking about our next steps with our 1K to 10K challenge. It might involve some Binance Smart Chain projects, so we'll be talking about that. But guys, Binance's brief pause of Ethereum withdrawals leaves community perplexed. All day yesterday, people were texting me like, Binance is down, it's showing a zero balance, like what the heck is happening? And they paused ERC20 withdrawals without offering a credible explanation, letting speculation about its true motives run wild. And I want to get CZ on the show next week to talk about this. Let's try to do that. Binance reassured that funds are safe, but did not provide any further details. That's a reference to a CZ tweet on July 4th of 2018 when there was a huge Syscoin hack. I think it was Syscoin. And there was a big hack, and he tweeted out the funds are Seifu, and that is when they created the Seifu Fund, which backs up hacks and allows users not to lose money on Binance.
Seifu was just a type. He was trying to just type safe, and it was a typo, kind of like hodl.
Kind of like hodl or Kofefe. Kofefe is one of my favorites. I love Kofefe. I love that people actually criticized him for that. Yeah, like for a typo. Right. Anyways, guys. Yeah. So that's what CZ tweeted out. He said the funds are Seifu, no problem. But here's what's so interesting about this. The congestion of ETH is no worse today than it's been for the past weeks. So the timing on Binance's part could be considered suspect, as they were trying to wrestle mind share to the BSC chain from Ethereum. Very interesting. Do I see BitToken becoming the next DuckDAO dime? I don't know what DuckDAO dime is. According to Etherscan data, average gas prices are now lower than at the beginning of February. These circumstances attracted suspicion toward Binance's true motives, with popular pseudonymous analyst Hasu suggesting that it was a declaration of war on Ethereum. While the comment was posted before withdrawals resumed, the community at large remains confused as to what happened. And I told you guys this yesterday. There is this whole thing that I told you yesterday. There's something going on weird about all this. I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, there might be a very logical explanation, but, Binance Smart Chain comes out of nowhere. People are using it, going crazy. It's a lot of your DeFi degens that were, over the summer, and now we're just having a lot of really curious stuff happening with it. Whether it was simply scheduled maintenance or intentionally timed, the fact that any exchange can decide when someone is able to use their tokens with little to no warning is antithetical to the spirit of decentralization. And guys, this just goes back to what we know, right? We know not your keys, not your crypto. There's 3 levels. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. There are 3 levels of crypto ownership. There is no crypto ownership, which is if you buy on PayPal or Robinhood. We're going to talk about some alternatives to some of that stuff in a little bit, okay? That's zero ownership. You don't own that crypto. You cannot withdraw your Dogecoin from Robinhood. Then you have the second layer, which is exchanges. You centralize exchanges like Binance, like Coinbase. Just leave that up there. And Coinbase, this is where you buy the assets. You own the assets. You can withdraw them almost at any time and send them anywhere you want. But if the exchange is down, you can't do that. So not your keys. You don't have the private keys to that. And then the third level, of course, would be direct ownership, where you buy them from one of these exchanges. You send them off to a hardware wallet, paper wallet, or a hot wallet, which is basically just a wallet on your desktop for Bitcoin, or a web wallet. And there you actually own it. So we know that. We know it goes against decentralization. That's why DEXs have become so popular. So maybe a dumb question. This is from Gary. Maybe a dumb question. I'm new to this. What happens to my ETH when ETH 2.0 comes out? Again, sorry if this is a dumb question. Is there a swap supposed to happen with that?
It'll be handled automatically.
It will happen automatically. I believe that. But I do need to be honest with you, Gary. I mean, I've gotten this question a lot, and I haven't ever really looked into it. I just assume. I mean, here's my assumption about Vitalik and Ethereum and the whole gang over there at ETH, the Ethereum Foundation. They're smart enough to know that there's enough Ethereum floating out there that people aren't going to be able to manually swap over their tokens, right? There's people that have Ethereum that have just forgotten about it forever, and there's most people, I would say, that own Ethereum wouldn't even know where to start on how to swap a token. And so I'm sure it's going to be automatic. It's going to be handled internally, but it technically will be like a different version of the coin, I believe.
Yeah, they'll both run simultaneously as far
Yes.
as I know, and it'll just slowly port over to Ethereum 2.0 as more and more things get locked up, et cetera, et cetera.
So here's an interesting way to do token swaps, like for coins that, like let's say Elron and eGold, like Elron swapped over the ERD token to the eGold token. A lot of times if you want the new version, an exchange like Binance, they will run both versions at the same time on the exchange. So you would select, like I know they did this with Tron, for instance. You could select the TRC network, or you could select the ERC network, because Tron originally was built, like almost all big coins were, including Cardano and all these other ones. It was built on top of Ethereum's mainnet as the ERC20 until they launched their own. So you could actually take your old Tron tokens and you could send them in to Binance, but when you withdrew the new tokens. So kind of a shortcut. I've done that a bunch of times to do token swaps. VeChain, I did the same thing when they went from Ven to Vet. So just, something interesting to think about. So we should do a video on that, though. That's a pretty interesting question. Because of gas fees, this is from Carl. Why not switch your BTC to move your money to different exchanges? Okay, so guys, this is a very important question, I think, here, and this is something you guys need to understand. When we're talking about the gas fees with Ethereum, it's not so much sending money, right? Because if you send any transaction, you're going to get pegged with a gas fee, but it's pretty low. The extremely high gas fees mostly come into play when you're swapping, when you're going through Uniswap or Bitswap, Dex.io, and you're exchanging one token for another on the Ethereum network. There's a lot that goes into that. It's basically 2 transactions at once, because you're having to swap it and then get it sent back to your wallet. I think it actually works. It might be like 4 transactions.
It's a lot, yeah.
It can be, if you're approving it, and then they swap it, and then they got to send it back to your wallet. It's at least 3. I haven't actually broke that down to look at how many it is. It's at least 3 different transactions rolled into kind of one gas fee. So it's the swapping that really hurts traders, not actually just sending Ethereum from one thing to another. So pretty interesting. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about this, guys. And I want to show this tweet. Now, obviously, guys, if you're not following us on Twitter, which so many of you are now, thank you. Twitter is where you get the heartbeat of crypto. I mean, that's the truth. I've always said this.
That's how the guy knew what tonight's video was, because he saw what we tweeted out earlier.
Ah, he knew what the video was. How about
well, it was
that?
he guessed it. I mean, if you scroll down, you'll see. You can kind of and keep going. Right, that one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. You guys are so sneaky. God, you figured out what the video was Thorchain tonight because someone actually made the comment on this. Where's the comment? Let me see if I can find the comment here. Let's see. Somebody said, my man's got a picture of himself in the background like we ain't gonna notice. That's not me, guys. This is me. You guys see my face. But anyways, yeah, good work there on catching that. But if you guys aren't following us on Twitter, you're missing a lot of this fun stuff that's happening that you guys are able to figure out. But I did want to show this. We just ticked up to 134K. Thank you so much for that, guys. I did want to show this tweet. Also, speaking of Cardano, we'll come back to that in a minute. But this is from Tron Dog Mommy, who I actually know. I met her at a Tron conference back when I used to go to that kind of thing a while back. This is how you guys know you're early, okay? Move on to the Bitcoin top. This is how you guys know that we're early here. How many people would invest in Bitcoin? On the Michael Smerconish. What Smerconish? I don't like that guy. Survey on CNN, Smerconish this morning. More like Schmerberish. More like Schmerberish.
Wow.
86% of people, which, by the way, he got 20,839 votes on a show on CNN. How many votes do you think we can get on this poll? I think if we put this out, I think we could get more than him.
Let's put it out and find out.
Let's put it out. We will. Let's just do it right after this.
I'll do it while you're reading.
Oh, he's gonna do it while I'm reading it. We need to get more than 20,839 votes on this to prove that we are not fake news. Okay. Would you invest in Bitcoin? 20,839 votes. 86% of them said no. Only 14% said yes. I know we live in this echo chamber. I know that we live in this echo chamber. Okay, where we watch these crypto videos. You come on here. You watch my show. You love crypto. Everybody you know, you're telling about it. You probably got a little circle of friends. You're probably like got a group text going with your buddies talking about like this crypto and that crypto and what is this and what is that. And they're like, oh man, I jumped on this train today, and you get on it and you get FOMO'd and you get wrecked, whatever. It's fun stuff to talk about. You start feeling like everyone knows. Ikaraz, $50 super chat says, is it weird to have a BitBoy poster on my shower for inspirational purposes? Yes! Yes, that's weird. It might get wet.
Yeah, that's not a good place for a poster.
It's not a good place for a poster. What you can do is get something where you're in the shower and you get it to where it's on the outside of the shower door facing you.
Oh, gosh.
That might be cool. I mean, just the big problem with this is it might get wet. You don't need that. You need a dry BitBoy poster.
Yeah, everybody knows
BitBoy
and water doesn't mix.
That is not true. Today's show, I don't have any water right now.
Uh-huh.
Today's show not brought to you by water.
Anyway.
Today's show brought to you by Bang Strawberry Blast. We got a new sponsor coming on here soon. Skillshare coming on. What other crypto channel do you see having Skillshare as a sponsor? I'm just saying. If y'all watch YouTube, you know that's a big deal. So we're in talks with them. We should be getting that nailed down here pretty soon. But guys, you get in this echo chamber and you start thinking everybody knows about crypto. It's like I tell people, like, we've got secret information. The information we give you on this channel is a secret. People don't know it. Even though 545,000 people subscribe to this channel, people don't realize most people don't know this. Most people don't know. And we're able to give you this, and 86% of people don't want it. 86% of people do not want this information. It is unbelievable to me that only 14% of people are in the cool kids club.
That's fake news.
Yeah, you think that's fake? You think that's
right. Yeah, so show our tweet now. Let's see what our poll shows. Everybody go retweet it for exposure.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Everybody go follow Tron Dog Mommy, by the way. She's a nice lady. Do want to give her a little shout out for that. Look at you can't make this stuff up. Look at those numbers. 86-14. 86-14. Do the rounding. 86% to 14%. How many votes we got? We got 1,200 votes in 2 minutes. I know we can break 20K. Let's go. Let's show fake news. Let's show them I'm smur bullish. I'm smur bullish, not smur bearish. Guys, this is so crazy when you have that many people. You're early. The Bitcoin top, I don't think it's the top, okay? I certainly don't. Now, like we've talked about, we could see a dramatic pullback. And you know what? That could be bound to happen. Where's it at right now? Oh, we're still, holy crap. We made a full biddy. We made a full biddy while we were sitting here.
Great long.
Hey, yeah, let me, great long. Good job, TJ. That's the best trade you ever made. Could you not show screen so I can lock that in real quick?
Yeah.
What a trade. I'm going to set a little stoppy so we definitely got, golly. Look at that. That can't be right. I almost did. I almost accidentally closed it. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to let that thing keep running. 57. Yeah. 57. Locked in 0.8. That's fine. I'll take that. What a trade. God, TJ, you actually, instead of costing me money here, you actually made me money for once.
Look at that.
That's really good. But guys, we're not close to the top. What gives Bitcoin its value, though? That's what a lot of people are wondering. Mark Cuban said, the simplest answer, and this is what I tell you guys all the time, the value of cryptocurrency is simply the amount that someone's willing to pay for it. That's all it boils down to. And very interesting when it comes to this, we know we're not at the top. Think about this, guys. I want you guys to really process this. Bitcoin passes 10 cent in market cap, which ironically at one time, Bitcoin was less than 10 cents. How about that? Back in 2010. You actually could get 4 biddies for a penny. Imagine that. I want you to think about this. Bitcoin right now is at 1.024 trillion. Actually, it's much higher than that. I think it's technically right now 1.05 trillion dollars. Okay, it's a 1.05 trillion dollars. Okay, this is its entire own asset class. Okay.
They're talking about the Twitter poll.
Yeah, I know what they're talking about. All of these are stonks. Stonks. My tax bit video I put on my bank boy outfit. Bank boy. Stonks. Guys, these are not asset classes. These are individual companies. Stonks. Okay? All of these are a part of a larger asset class. Bitcoin itself is an asset class. It is going to dwarf all of this. By the end of this year, Bitcoin will be bigger than Apple. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Now, it might at some point shrink back down below Apple for a bear market. I think it might get to 2 trillion and stay, honestly. But when you really think of the potential of what Bitcoin can be, and you look at the gold market, like what is the gold market at? Gold market cap.
I think it's like 10
it's
trillion.
10 trillion? God, yeah. It was 11 trillion at one time. It's gone down.
It's all going
10 trillion. We're now to a fifth. Bitcoin can easily get to over $10 trillion this year. I think so. I mean, if we're going to get to $320,000 or so, it's got to, right? What's the math on that? What cap is that? 320,000 times 18.6 million? I wonder what that is. I think it should be over 10 trillion. So, guys, I don't think Bitcoin is near the top. We could have a drop. We could have a dip. We could have a massive. We've been looking at the Newpol. We know we are getting very close to euphoria. But I think there is still way more to go. Golly, look at this thing. This thing is running. Man, this is a great trade I made. Wow. Man, I tell you what, I haven't had a trade this big in about 4 or 5 days, man. That's really good. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about ADA over $1. Over $1. Maker holla. Here we go. Let's see where I had this tweet here. Okay, so let's look at ADA. ADA right now coming in $1.12, baby. I can tell you when I opened up my portfolio today and I looked, I said, man, this is very nice. And I think this thing will end up over $2 by the end of the month. That is my guess. It may not be that. I mean, I didn't make this as bold of a prediction as my Ethereum prediction by Valentine's Day, but I have said I think it will be close to or above to Gaseous Clay.
Thanks for the super chat, Gaseous.
Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for cutting us a piece. Okay, so right now it's coming at $1.13. It's up 22.58%. And guys, somebody said this. Somebody made this tweet right here. Have you sold ADA within the last 24 hours? Be honest, it's anonymous. I think some selling around $3, but BitBoy's price prediction of 8 USD doesn't get out of my head. Guys, nothing I say should ever leave your head. You should keep it there. Someone said that the $500,000 on ADA was a confident move. TJ, how smart do we look right now?
Pretty smart.
And guys, I'm usually very humble. I'm actually thinking about creating a sidekick to BitBoy called Humbleman.
You just say you're usually really humble?
Usually. Most days. I'm very... How can you be humble when you win this much? I don't know. And y'all are winning this much too. The BitSquad. When I got the best community in the whole world, how can I be humble?
That's fair.
I'm just saying. When I got this many people doing this well, and we're changing people's lives, it's hard to be humble.
Maybe you can pray about it.
Maybe I should pray about it. God. All right, you made me feel guilty on it. Okay. Somebody said 1 inch is blowing up. Let's check that out real quick.
Good. We need that for the challenge.
We need that for the challenge. How is 1 inch doing? I'm going to take a quick look before we get back to Cardano. We are going to go back to Cardano here in just a second. 1 inch. Is it blowing up? Boom, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make that 10K. I like it a lot. Okay, so back to this, guys. That would have $1 million. Guys, we literally did do that. We literally did take $500,000 that we made on trading. Y'all all saw it. We literally took it and put all of it, 10 Bitcoin, when it was 50K, on Cardano. And that rounded us up to a nice number that we felt comfortable. Like, man, we really got enough. That is from He-Man, by the way. The Battle Cat is from He-Man. They're selling these in Target right now. You guys can click the affiliate link, and I get $7 when y'all buy a Battle Cat. I'm just kidding. I don't have affiliate link for that. But honestly, I saw that, and I was like, that took me back to my childhood, man, because I really loved that specific toy right there. It's one of my favorite toys as a kid.
Also, you needed something to battle the Panther I had, so.
TJ, is the Panther up here? So This is why I bought the Battle Cat, because TJ bought this Panther, or I guess it's some statue from someplace here. I don't know. It looks cool, I guess. He got a Panther, and it sat up on our shelf, and I was like, I need something to battle that thing. And then I found the Battle Cat, and I was like, that's perfect. So I got that, and I faced him. So you can see who's on the stream today. You can see who won. And this is the new name for the Hellcat, the Battle Cat. That's what we call it. So anyways, guys, we put the money on Cardano, okay? And then I made this tweet here. I retweeted it, and I said, facts are facts. So he said that was a confident move, very confident. We got enough Ethereum. We want enough Cardano. We got enough Cardano. Facts are facts, okay? I won't sell any until October. Now, maybe September a little bit. We'll see what happens. Will I sell my Cardano at some point? We will have a portion that we do keep as a long-term hold, but when the market turns, guys, and I do believe the market will turn, I will look to take some profits on a lot of these coins. I'm not going to hodl all the way down to the bear market. Trust me on that. Even stuff that's long-term holds, like we will be moving some stuff over. Because remember, the number one way, and we're going to talk about this in a second, the number one way that you can make absolutely life-changing money with crypto, because I know most of you watching this show, you don't have $1 million in crypto. You probably don't have 100,000. I would say probably less than 3% watching this right now have more than $100,000 in cryptocurrency.
It's going up every day, though. You look at that Nupal
thank
chart.
Thank you, Kalani. Mahalo. What was that, TJ?
I was saying it's going up every day, though. You look at that Nupal chart.
Yeah, the amount of people that are making money, definitely. But, I mean, you know, we know where most people are starting. We know where we were when we started in crypto, right? You're not – most of you guys are not savvy, experienced investors. You're just people that want to change your lives. And that's why we like you. And we think that's why you like us. Or at least me anyways. I don't know why you like TJ. But the thing is that when you guys are making money and doing well, you got to learn how to lock those in at some point. The way to make the life-changing money is to lock in profits, wait for the bear market, take those profits, scoop up more, get prepared for the next bull run, and boom. Now, do you want to keep some in? Yes, because guys, at some point, the Bitcoin cycles will break. And we're smart enough to know that. We don't think it's going to be this run, but it could be. So we're going to dollar cost average out of some, and then we're going to leave some in for the long term. But that's Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. The rest, who knows? I mean, as the bull market develops, there might be more that we consider to be long-term holds. So, that's what's going on. There's also some news with Cardano that I did want to cover briefly, which was the Daedalus Wallet receives a significant update. This is the wallet that does hold Cardano. I mean, you can hold Cardano on Ledger now these days, but you got to kind of do it in a funky way, not direct. But they did get a new update, a fresh look. Daedalus 3.3 is the most significant update yet, packed full of fresh features. And part of this is bringing it to more decentralized governance, so it can be fully decentralized, and that would definitely alleviate any fears anyone would have about SEC stuff, which I don't have for Cardano. But
one thing that was an interesting new feature that they added to that wallet was a voting feature. I don't know if it's in that article or not, but
well, that's the decentralized governance aspect.
And I don't know if how they plan to use that in the future, but it's built in, so it'll be cool.
We are still looking into the old pool. We're just so busy, guys. We're so busy here. So let's talk about locking in profits. If you guys don't know, this is Kiana Daniel. That's how it is. Kiana Daniel. I got it right that time, finally. She is known as the Invest Diva. She's on Fox Business a good bit, which we're talking to people about getting on some new shows here pretty soon, which will be kind of cool. But I want to let you guys know, especially the ladies, for the lady. Now, you don't have to be a lady. You don't have to be a lady. Maybe you weren't always a lady. Maybe you're a lady now. I don't know, or maybe vice versa. But whatever the case is, she is having a conference called the $1 Million Family. And basically what it's going to be is, her whole thing is Invest Diva. She's helping women take control of their financial future and things like that. She's like a mom, and she's been able to, get $1 million in her portfolio and things like that over time by investing smart. She wants to pass some of that stuff on. She's in crypto. She's also in stocks. I guess she does a little bit of Forex, ETF trading, stuff like that. But it's all about learning how to balance your family life because we know, especially mothers, like you guys have a lot on your plate. You gals have a lot on your plate and things like that. But we are going to be speaking at her conference that is going to be next Saturday. I'm going to be doing it from Vegas. So if you're interested in joining that virtual conference, especially if you're a lady, or if you know some ladies, that are interested in changing their life, God, guys, she's a really nice person, though. I met her in real life. I know Kiana, and I'm going to be speaking at her conference next Saturday, I think at 12, right after the stream. We're going to stream from Vegas. I'm going to go right into the virtual conference, and we're going to be talking about, different ways that you guys and gals can be prepared for what's coming when it comes to bull market and how to, diversify profits and things like that. So if you guys want to join that, you guys can go to bitboycrypto.com/deals, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you guys will find $1 Million Family right here. I forgot to bold that on the website, the title there. But you guys click there, and then you guys will be going to this page, and you guys can, sign up and things like that. So definitely pretty interesting stuff. Want you guys to take part in. Other ways to lock profits. Let's talk about some other ways to lock in some profits, because you do have to do that, remember, but you don't have to always do it the traditional way. You don't always have to just move money over and things like that. And I really want to give you guys my philosophy on spending crypto, because I just moved more Bitcoin last night over to my crypto.com card. Now, it does have a limit on how much you can spend per month. It's a pretty high limit, so most of you guys won't have to worry about it. But we love crypto.com, and this, crypto.com, we're going to look at BlockFi in a second. These are also on bitboycrypto.com/deals. But we are big fans of this. Looks like my portfolio will be hitting 100K this weekend. Started with 15K in December. That's from Ryan Oakes. Ryan, love you, man. That is awesome. I love hearing stuff like that. Like, that is, we talked about it yesterday. Don't want to get too much back into it. That's why we do what we do. Changing lives. Man, that is so great. Guys, what would that do for you to have $100,000? I know what that means for people. I know what that means. I'm not numb to that. I know what it would have meant for me a couple years ago. So I know that when you're able to take 15 grand, turn that into 100K, that is life-changing money for a lot of you guys. Whatever it is, whether you're paying off debt, getting a car, whatever it might be, buying your first house. That's awesome, man. Love to hear that. But you guys can get the Crypto.com card. This is the way that I actually take profits when it comes to this is how I take profits when it comes to a bull market. A lot of people would say, you don't want to spend your Bitcoin. You don't want to do it. Ah! Like, yeah, you don't want to spend your Bitcoin. Sometimes I spend my Ethereum. Sometimes I spend other assets. The thing is, I never look at, I love telling the story about my friend, Jacob Canfield. You guys know him, or some of you guys might. He spent money on a mattress. Right now, it's probably worth $1 million, the money he spent on it. You can't look at it like that, though. If you've got a lot of crypto, you got to think, every time that you make a purchase with your Crypto.com card and, you're able to get $25 for free when you sign up or whatever on any level of the card, but when you spend it, you convert Bitcoin over to dollars and then you spend it. There's no way to literally spend Bitcoin on a Visa debit card right now. There's ways to spend some other cryptos like with a block card, but not Bitcoin. And what you're actually doing is when you convert that over to dollars, you are locking in a profit. So if Bitcoin's at 60,000 and then it drops all the way back down to 25,000 or 15,000 in the bull market, whatever it might be, you've locked that in. And imagine your purchasing power if you don't buy anything or you don't lock in profits and you lose all your money. It's a sneaky trick to lock those profits in. And I think that's really important. That's why I use my Crypto.com card everywhere. You see me use it, right, TJ?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the time.
I love it. It's the only card. We have so many problems with our banks around here because they know we're in crypto and they hate us with a passion. We found some loopholes, some workarounds to kind of get around some of that stuff. But they're probably going to catch up with us on that too someday. The thing is, nothing illegal. I want to be clear about that. Nothing illegal. But what I'm saying is we've got to get very creative with the way we spend money because banks don't like crypto. It's like watching Netflix movies inside of Blockbuster in 2001, right? That's what it's like. They don't want us to do well. They don't want crypto to do well. They don't want me to give you this message. They don't want me to tell you this, okay? We're always worried about, does the bank actually have the money in there that we're spending right now? That's why they won't let us spend it, because they don't have the money. Crypto.com card, you don't have to worry about that. No matter what happens with the banks, I know on my Crypto.com card, transaction is going to go through. I have it as a fail-safe, because sometimes I go, you would be so shocked how many times my card gets declined places, how many times, they're just for some reason, the card's not working right now.
It's for your own protection.
That's it right there. It's for your own protection.
I've never been so mad hearing that statement. It drives me... Ugh.
So ridiculous. But the point is, with Crypto.com, we don't have to worry about that. We just spend the card. And we'll talk about BlockFi a different day because we're kind of butting up against time here. But BlockFi is definitely another way. They actually have a card coming out too. And we should do a full review on BlockFi here pretty soon, TJ.
Yeah. Well, we're going to start putting some stable coins in there and watching the value accrue and all that kind of stuff too.
Absolutely. So let's move on to our 1K to 10K challenge. Right here. So, let's look at where we're at on our portfolio right now. Look at this, guys. We are doing well. We are up to $1,585. Just started this 2 weeks ago. 1K to 10K challenge. Right now, Frontier is the only one we have in the green, in the red. We know Frontier absolutely crushed it. It's what gave us the ability to move this other money around. Now, you guys know in our video yesterday, we talked about our page on the website where we have a widget that's going to track our current holdings. Now, if you go to bitboycrypto.com, you want to show this, TJ, we now have a new tab here called Challenge. So you just click the Challenge tab, and it's going to take you to this page, and it's got a weird text at the bottom. I can't get that to disappear from the widget for some reason, but just ignore that. This is going to show you our current holdings at any given time. So if we make a move, if we make it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to be able to, if you refresh this page and see if we made a move, which we're thinking about making some moves soon, you guys will see it show up in this portfolio. Now, we've been in talks with CoinStats, and we're actually they're making a custom widget for us for this challenge. So this will change a little bit, and including, I think, our whole brand new website is going to be done by the middle of next week, according to Crypto Stash, our dude. So if you want to keep up with the challenge of what we have in this portfolio, you'll be able to do that very easily on the website. But in terms of next steps, what we're looking at, what we are doing, somebody made let me address that super chat there. Someone says, what about just converting to stable coins to lock in profits? Absolutely. That's what you want to do. The optimum move optimum move is to move over to stablecoins at the very top of the market. Thank you for that, AJ. Strong fat. Much better than weak fat, if you ask me. But the thing is, that's hard to do. And so when you spend money in crypto, like on the crypto.com card, you're making little progress here and there. And that's what's important. I don't want you guys to go take all your crypto and spend it tomorrow. That's not what I'm talking about. Like if you got a decent purchase you want to make, like a washer and a dryer, hey, you made some crypto profits, put it on a crypto.com card, spend it, boom, you just locked in profits. In the bear market, when everybody's lost money and is sitting there like, I'm so poor. Hey, you remember all the poor memes, TJ?
Yeah.
The poor memes are crazy. But when you have all those poor memes and people are sad and they're all bitter, it's because they're looking at what they had and they don't have anything. Every time you wash some clothes, you can look over at that washer and dryer. Every time your lady does it or whoever does it, for some of y'all, your mom, you go look at it and you say, man, look at that washer and dryer. I remember I got that in the bull market. And that's something cool. I don't ever think about how much money I spent and what it could be worth down the road. Why? Because I got enough in my portfolio, like I'm just not worried about that. So if you're in a spot where you're like have $200 in crypto and you're trying to turn this into 5,000, then yeah, don't spend your crypto, right? I get that. But if you got a decent amount, you know, it's definitely a good way to lock in profits. Okay, so I want to talk about next what we're doing in our challenge. So as you guys can see, right now we have $100 in ETH. Now, this was going to be for gas fees and stuff like that. But we've decided that we are actually going to take $100 in Ethereum. We are going to move that over to the Binance Smart Chain, and we are going to make a risky play, okay? I don't know what it is yet. We're looking at bananas and berries. Bananas and berries and pancakes. We love food coins around here. So we're going to be looking at some of those food coins. I am a picky eater. I want to be clear about that. We are looking at some of those food coins and seeing what we can do with some staking and some yield farming and some stuff like that on the Binance Smart Chain. And these are the kind of things that you can do when you, like we're up to $1,600 now, when you're in profit, right? We're now $600 in profit despite our $350 in gas fees that we literally burned and wasted. We should be at $2,000 right now. But right now, we've got just this random $101 in Ethereum sitting there, which Ethereum just popped. Look at that, back to 226.
Nice.
It's not doing that much for us for the challenge, right? If Ethereum doubles, I want you to think about this. If Ethereum doubles, it's going to give us an extra $100. Now, Ethereum to double would be $4,000. Figure out return on investment, risk versus reward, and say, like, we should get rewarded a little more, right? If it doubles than just $100. We don't have really enough in this to change this portfolio that dramatically. So we got a little bit of house money now. So now we're going to take that $100 and we're going to find whatever the next hottest new coin on Binance Smart Chain is, and we're going to put it in that. We're going to try to do some liquidity or stake or whatever. I know it's $100. We probably can't do that much with it, but we're going to give it a shot. And we're going to see what we can do. We're going to see if we can turn this $100 into $500 alone on Binance Smart Chain, but we might also lose it. So it's a little bit riskier, of something to do. So that's kind of some thinking. Now, if you missed our video last night on the channel, 1K to 10K challenge here. God, what a good-looking guy. That guy's so good-looking. Anyways, guys, if you missed this, you guys can go here, watch about the gigantic mistake I made, involving gas fees and how we just threw money away and stuff like that. But that's a good video. Explains to you what we did in the challenge, all of our thinking so far. We know you guys love this. We're going to be doing more videos on this in the future and things like that. So, all right, guys, let's move on to the last thing. And I want to show you guys the power of the BitSquad. You are so powerful and mighty. Here we are, Graham Stephan. This is our dude. We don't know which BSC token we're doing yet. We're going to research it today. Graham Stephan, 2.91 million subscribers. This is mainstream financial YouTube right here. I don't know if he's the biggest one, but I would say definitely the most popular one right now. Wouldn't you, TJ?
Yeah, I would say one of the most relevant.
We like Graham. He's smart. He's savvy. Graham is doing a lot of the stuff that we want to be doing in the future. Real estate investments. I mean, we're making some right now. Getting more into stonks. We're trying to talk about Webull, maybe some market cipher on some stonks and stuff like that. So that's stuff we're looking at. You guys know Graham. We've been having a little boycott on his comment page, asking him to come on the show. Well, lo and behold, yesterday on his video, I made this comment here. Day 19 of asking you to come on my show. I'll be in Vegas next weekend. That's where he lives. And he said, are you real, Ben? Yes, I am real. It is me. Graham responded, I'm down if you come on our podcast next weekend, the 27th and 28th. So next weekend, while I'm in Vegas, and I'm talking to Graham in messages, he messaged me through an app. And so we're talking, and basically I'm going to be going on his show. And then we're going to be hopefully doing an interview with him on our show. What we're thinking about talking about on our show for interview with him is same thing we've been talking a lot about. A lot of you guys are making money. A lot of you guys are making money. What are you going to do with that money? How are you going to make that money work for you? So we're going to be talking about how to do how can we bridge the gap between just being like a noob in investing, not knowing anything about having money or how to manage it, into being a savvy investor. That's what we want you guys to turn into, where you guys are taking your money, diversifying it. I know some of you guys are a little further ahead than others, and that's okay, right? Everybody's at different points, but a lot of the principles we'll talk about are going to be the same. So we're going to get his opinion on a lot of that stuff. And I guess the best way I can describe the difference between me and Graham, other than some years probably and some gray hair, is he's a Tesla guy, and I'm a Lambo guy. That's the big difference. Do you agree with that, TJ?
Yep.
So, big shout out, first of all, to Graham. We've been making some jokes. We've made some jokes on the show about, getting Andre Geek, and Sheldon Evans and Graham Stephan on the show. Graham Stephan, I watch his videos. He's a very funny guy, very interesting. But the thing is, I don't know if I could have done this on my own. I don't know if I could have got him, get it on his radar enough to be able to get him on the show. What got him on the show was all of you guys going into that comment section and speaking on my behalf and saying, we want you involved in what we're doing over here in crypto. We want you to talk to BitBoy, my name is Ben, to talk to Ben from BitBoy Crypto and try to make sure we can have a conversation. That's the power of the community. Like, you guys did that. I can't do that on my own. When we got a strike on YouTube, I didn't get my strike removed. You did. I didn't become the largest crypto YouTuber because I weigh more than the rest, even though that may be true too. It was because of you. You guys came to the channel. You hit the subscribe button. Like, the community that we're developing in here, like, it really absolutely blows me away what you guys are able to accomplish when we all work together. This is a team effort here. And being able to see the response of you guys, to be able to go and get with Graham and get him to come on the show and get me on his podcast. Because, guys, it's like symbiotic, right? Like, he's coming on my channel talking to you guys about how bridge from getting a crypto DJ into a financial guru. And we're going on his channel to be able to take his people from traditional stonks investors that love Teslas to Moon and Lambo boys that love crypto. That's what we're trying to do. We're able to go on his podcast and share the message of Bitcoin, decentralization, because remember, this is about much more than just making money. We love making money. We're doing it. There ain't no doubt about that. A quick check on our trade, and we're crushing it in that trade. I'm gonna probably move that stop loss up again, okay? But it's about more than that. It's a message of decentralization, which at the heart of it is peer-to-peer. Cryptocurrency in general is about community. That's the whole thing. That together we can work and we can have rules with no rulers, we can have governance with no governors. We don't have to be controlled. We don't have to be manipulated. We can work together for the betterment of mankind. And that's what this is all about. And we get to share that message now with all of his subscribers. I think his podcast has like almost 1 million subscribers. I know he's got 3 million subscribers. Do that math. It's a lot. And we're going to be on the show talking Bitcoin, talking crypto. Very exciting stuff. You made it happen. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.